Please leave your message after the tone.
Good evening, QC. Hopefully by this point you know who I am. The date is September 9th, 2019, and the time is precisely 6:13 p.m. Some of you will have had an easier time waking up this evening, and for that, you're of course welcome. Hopefully, you know who I am by this point. If not, the truth will become clear soon enough. I am here to remind you of the very necessary nature of your mission and to ensure you don't spurn your responsibilities, even though they've been thrust upon you. If this message has confused you, the good doctor has a way to contact me. Though if you don't know my name, I'd wait for first contact. Good luck, and move with great haste. After all, you only have 13 hours. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone who finds themselves inside and out of the gender spectrum, my name is Dee, and welcome to the premiere episode of 13 Hours. I have with me a case of confused kindred that are going to be working through the giant timey-wimey ball of absolute nonsense that I will unleash on them, let's say. That's a good word for it. So let's go around and meet our creatures of the night, starting with the lovely Nikki.
Hey, I'm Nikki, and I am playing Eden tonight, our Toreador. We both use she, her pronouns.
Fantastic. And then next, we will go up to Christina.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christina. I use any pronouns, and I'll be playing Lazarus, who uses they, them.
Fantastic. And next, we will go to Cameron.
Good evening. My name is Cameron. I use he, him, and tonight I will be playing Aquinas, who uses he, they pronouns.
And never last in our hearts, we have Max.
I'm Max. I use he, they pronouns. I put the he first now. I've been announcing that. And I will be playing Lucky Bo Riley, who uses he, him pronouns and is the Bruja.
Wonderful. And my name is Dee. I'll be playing everyone else, and I use all of the pronouns. So make yourself comfortable as we dive into a chilly September evening in the city of Detroit. We crest over the various terrain of cars of people heading home as the lovely voice on a particular voicemail just instructed us. It's about dinner time. Most people are off work and either heading home or heading out for the evening if they have a night shift. But we do not look at the common man or woman or person in this instance. We look to a very particular mansion on the more affluent side of Detroit. A mansion within, there are 4 very still chests of very alive creatures. As you all come to being awakened, we're going to do introductions in sort of a bit of a jumping way. We're going to start with you rising from your place of rest, and then you will have a flashback to what it is that you did last night, so that you can give us a good then and now. And we are going to start at the top of the house in the attic. Christina, what do we see and where do they rise from?
It would look to be a room just cloaked in dark black shades and shrouds, blocking large windows. And I think you would start to see the shrouds start to twist and roil and come apart as Lazarus will just kind of pull themselves out of the shroud pile on the ground. You don't have a coffin, just a pile of crap that they sleep under. And as they emerge, starts to pull down the shades and expose giant windows, and there's empty bird cages everywhere, empty iron bird cages. and they will just kind of open the windows to the night, and you start to hear the flap of feathers and wings as their birds start to return. And that's that's Lazarus.
Fantastic. And as Lazarus rises, which is a pseudo blasphemous sentence, I think, which just adds to the flavor of the whole thing, we watch the camera shake white as you, Lazarus, begin to hear the voicemail that I narrated for the beginning of the session. You think back to last night and what occurred last night.
Oh, well, did we have a show, Eden? Oh
Yeah.
There was a concert last night.
I think
And I
Adam
will
started
say,
describing that,
since
yeah.
exactly, since y'all are a package deal in the best of senses, we can also introduce Eden here in this flashback. And I will give y'all the floor.
They come out of a locked tomb with the base strapped on their back, and they swing the base around to join Xander and Delilah. And by this time, the crowd has worked itself into a frenzy, jumping at the stage. The mosh pit has started. And then Eden comes out.
So when Eden comes out, she has her guitar in a steel boning cage because it's also her weapon. And the body of the guitar is resting on her shoulder. She's holding it by the neck as she struts on a stage to the beat of the music. Then she swings the guitar down and around. She twirls it like she would in Rifle Guard and Marching Band and starts harmonizing with Xander. They perform a few songs, and then mid-set, Delilah brings a lamb, which is what we call our fans, on stage and cuts his hair off. Towards the end of the show, Eden scans the crowd for a person or two to bring back to the bus. She does not take her food home with her. She points them out to Adam so he can escort them to the bus. Adam's our roadie. They finish their set, do a couple of encore songs, and then the lights in the venue go out. When the lights come back up, the band and all of our equipment is gone.
And after this amazing feat of illusory trickery of stage magic, Lazarus and Eden, you are met toward the back with a couple members of the flock that have been procured to refresh you in any way that you seem fit. And they are very excited to see you. There are probably 3 of them, I'd say. And as they immediately start crowding around Lazarus, they mention how just like, we loved your set. We've never seen you in person before. That was amazing.
Glad you enjoyed it. Tell us, what is your favorite of the songs?
My favorite, probably, I don't know. The closer was pretty great, but I really liked the opener too, because when that mosh pit started, it fucking kicked.
Yes. Do you like the blood, the violence?
Yes, it's so awesome. It's so metal. It looks so good. I don't know how y'all managed to achieve that, but it's fucking sick.
Well, please come through. And have you met my sister? And
Is she back there?
She is.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how attractive are these people?
Subjective as that may be, I would say from Eden's perspective, it's like 2 6s and an 8.
Great. Okay. Perfect.
I'm not filtering for you. That's weird.
And they're going to very excitedly one of the AFAB people says, can we like go talk to Eden?
I think Eden actually slides out from behind Laz at that moment.
They just start like,
She's gonna boop the 8 on the nose. I want you to go to the bus. Go with Adam.
Okay. And she starts like going through and grabbing just everything she needs in her like little clasp that she's brought with her, and she follows to the bus.
I look at Adam and I say, make sure she eats something.
Of course.
Thank you. You two look like you need a haircut. Go see Delilah.
Oh, like the person you brought. Oh, it's fucking sick. I can't believe this. I'm going live on my IG. Hold on a second.
Absolutely not. Put it away.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we just
Delilah, haircut, and then Eden's gonna leave and join her little friend on the bus.
All right. And where does that leave Lazarus?
I think they will climb to the top of the bus, where I think they have a little, probably like a little hoard of fabric stashed. If it rained that night, even better. And just kind of crumple up on top of the bus and perch and start just whistling out into the void, calling any birds that might be near. They need to eat too.
Fantastic. Did this concert take place in Detroit, or were y'all out of town?
Probably in Detroit. And we still use the bus though, because have to.
Of course.
Maybe it was the final leg of a tour, homecoming kind of concert.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, so y'all packed the place out. Fantastic. I will leave it to Eden if you would like to cut back to the inside of the bus, or would you like to flash forward to what Eden is doing as she wakes?
You can flash forward. Basically, the trailer has her room is like soundproof, so it's not like anyone knows what's going on in there anyway. That's for Laz's benefit. So yeah, we'll flash forward.
Fantastic. So as we flash forward, in stark contrast to excuse me, let me allow the player to narrate what her room looks like.
It is definitely way more lush than Laz's. So Eden basically has the whole floor below Laz, and her bedroom is just lots of like plush velvet surfaces and dark colors, and like a big 4-poster black wooden canopy bed with lots of drapes. And then there's like a sitting area where Laz and Eden can hang out, and then there's a soundproof practice space on that floor as well that we can practice. So Delilah and Xander do come to the house sometimes.
Fantastic. I would say as you rise out of your sleeping arrangement, you do knock loose a small scrap of what looks like paper or something like that has the edge of a phone number on it. It's like two numbers, because she did give you her number last night, but I will assume that Eden did not keep that number.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so there's just a little fragment of it that sort of goes flying as you stand up. And
Eden,
you hear...
She gets a story, that's the end of that.
Exactly. So you hear this voicemail that plays in your room. It plays just as you wake up as well. And it is correct about the time, despite the fact that if it's a voicemail, it had to be left prior, but the clock changes from 6:12 to 6:13, just as the voice says the time is exactly 6:13.
Do I recognize the voice?
You do not.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I think that Eden is going to, she has like a stick that she bangs on the ceiling when she wants Laz's attention.
Hmm. So Lazarus, you hear a doo doo doo.
Do one last look out to the sky and then start moving down to the downstairs area. I'll still be like wrapped up in one of the like long drapes, and there's like feathers and crap like sticking off of it. Just yes.
Did you get a weird ass voicemail?
I assumed it was for you.
I didn't recognize it.
Wasn't one of the lambs?
I don't give my number to the lambs.
Don't know.
Well, we can check with the other two.
You can do some digging, but it wasn't mine.
All right.
And speaking of the other two, the camera pans through the lush interior of the velvet room, and we pan over to the room of a almost chronically tired looking man. And what else do we see, Max?
Yeah, I'm about to do an accent that I only practiced once. Bo was always a easier riser with the sun. Now that it's late at night, it never seems to have caught up, no matter how many years pass. He passes out in his clothes a lot. He tends to run around till he's exhausted. But it seems like he managed to get into pajamas the night or the day before this. There's a man with dark brown hair, almost black. It would be split down the middle, but he kind of wakes up with it pointing all over the place. Tan skin, eyes that are almost brown, but maybe just a little bit hazel. And he wakes up and he rubs his face once, rubs his face again. Ah, shit. What time is it?
You actually know exactly what time it is. As you're thinking that question to yourself, you are having this voicemail played to your barely conscious, still waking up form. Your thoughts drift to the night before. What did that look like? Or
can I ask you what day was yesterday?
Like
what day of the week?
Today is September 9th in 2019. I know I have this in a note somewhere. Where is it? Yes, here it is. September 9th in 2019 was a Monday. So last night was Sunday.
And so Bo's probably working the night before. One of his two jobs for this particular town that he's settled in for now is that he is teaching school for adults who are getting their degree at night and never got around to it when they were teenagers. And last night, as you pan back, he is in the classroom kind of contending with a short line of his students that have lingered with some questions about the material. He ain't no expert, but he's definitely better than some of the other options in this town. And so he's happy to stay a few extra minutes to help them, perhaps why he's so exhausted.
All right, fantastic. So with that having been said, you are the Third to rise. Your neck kind of hurts, but then it always does when you're sleeping. Sleeping as close as you undead creatures can get to sleeping, that is. And as you wake, you hear this very odd voicemail that has all of the things that I've mentioned before, and you hear the shepherd flock beginning to rouse up the stairs.
I am going to drag myself up and take a peek. Did anyone get a weird call? I didn't even know that my phone did voicemails out loud anymore. I thought they got rid of that.
Yeah.
Nobody?
It's
The
not
store and go
ours.
back in his room. Okay. Yeah. So nobody else got it?
No, like we got the same voicemail.
Oh.
We don't know who it's from though.
We could check the. Is there a caller ID on this?
As you go to check your phone, it's an odd thing. There's no voicemail left on your phone.
Oh,
And if Eden and Lazarus did the same, you'd notice that no voicemail. Lazarus, your phone is actually dead.
Huh.
You all
Correct
heard the
me.
voicemail dial tone, like the start of a voicemail, so you assumed it was coming from your phones, but must not have been.
We don't do we have a landline in here still?
I mean, maybe I can check. I can also check the computer, see if anything came through there. Go and do some Nosferatu ticky-tacking.
You are very good at finding errant technology.
Yeah.
I will tell you what. Go ahead and make me an intelligence plus technology roll.
All right. Let's see, I've got 4 dots in intelligence and 1 dot in technology because I don't know. I build characters that don't make sense. So I'm rolling 2
5
and 2?
dice.
5 dice. Oh, haha, I remember to
And
play this game.
make sure you designate 1 as your blood die.
Blood dice. Okay, so I've got a 2 and a 3. What's my target again?
So a 6 and up.
Fantastic.
Or is it a 4? Is it a 4 and up?
It's a 6.
It's a 6 and up.
I'm
Yes.
almost positive it's a 6.
So then I have 3 failures and 2 successes.
Okay. With 2 successes, you're not entirely sure where these are coming from. There's certainly no voicemail left on anyone's phone. Maybe it played through like a mic. You don't know if someone bugged your rooms, which would be very ill-advised.
Oh,
For a
absolutely.
myriad of reasons.
I'm gonna not explain that to anybody and start immediately tearing the room. Like
Just
going
okay.
through like corners, like running my nails all around, like looking for bugs.
Absolutely.
Lazarus, what are you doing?
Someone's bugged our place. Someone knows what we're doing.
Are you sure?
Check everywhere.
Don't you think that one of us would have heard it if somebody came in here?
Maybe. And smelled it. What if we didn't? What if we were out? Or what if?
I mean, then they've heard all of our songs.
Oh, maybe it's one of your fans.
Ugh, gross. No.
Oh.
Should we get the other
You're
one?
the ones who wanted to be famous. Yeah, we should wake them up, see if,
Yeah.
I don't
Let's do
know,
that.
maybe they've got one of those rotary phones around.
And with that, we begin to descend down past the communal living space into the basement, I would assume. I believe you are still muted, friend. I believe that your character would have likely worked up until the point where unconsciousness came and roughly told them to sit down.
Could you say that one more time, please? Sorry, my
I would assume that your character would have worked up until the point that unconsciousness forced them to stop.
absolutely, and even to the point where they're always an early riser. Be living in the basement, it's always dark. So probably a few hours beforehand, their alarm went off and woke up and looked at the calendar and I had a patient arrive. So probably at the time that the voicemail comes in and everyone else is awaking, Aquinas is seeing one of his patients.
Eden did not come down. She does not enter this space.
Wonderful. I would say Aquinas would also have noticed on your work table there are two manila packages. One is the size of a business card, and the other is like 4x6.
Okay. Yeah, the moment Aquinas notices that the other kindred are coming down, he goes to this patient, and the space that everyone enters is extremely sterile. It's bright fluorescent lights. It's a doctor's office in greater sense of the term. Except no desk or anything like that. It's just a table for people to go on and a few other accoutrements, with a handful of doors on the far end of the room. He guides the patient to the entrance to the building and past the kindred and tells them to leave, and will reschedule. Aquinas moves and goes to clean up some of the tools that he was using. He's slender, not egregiously tall, well put together, prim, not too much proper. He's wearing a t-shirt under kind of a doctor's coat, slicked back, shortcut black hair, and a almost a paler face, almost as pale as Lazarus's face. What is it?
We heard a weird thing, and we wanted to see if you were awake and also heard the weird thing, and or knew where it came from.
The message.
Yes, the message. It came from the telephone. I did receive mysterious packages in the middle of the night, and my security systems do not record any movement or presences around the compound or within my space. So, with that evidence, we're dealing with something a little bit more cutting edge supernatural magic, or past the bounds of normal science, which is fascinating.
What's in the packages?
I don't know. I haven't opened it. I was attending to a patient. I understand your meaning. And Aquinas will turn on his heel and go and open the packages.
As you open the packages, which one do you open first?
You said there's 2 manila, correct?
Yep, one's a 4x6, one's the size of a business card.
Business card first.
Opening it, you slide out this very sleek, reflective gray business card that says on the front, excuse me, it says Time Educator Artreus Castuane. And on the back, it says Cosmic Clearance Level 2, Expert in Morphinogenic Fields. Now, Aquinas, the mention of morphinogenic fields should immediately pique your interest in particular. You can go ahead and roll for me. You are going to roll, unless you have a better suggestion, because I do think this is a thing that Aquinas is good at. Go ahead and roll me intelligence and either science or occult.
Oh, absolutely science. So that's for every pip I have, that's a die.
Yes, it is.
And then plus the blood die.
No, one of the die
One
in
of them
that
is a blood
pool
die.
is the
Okay.
blood die. And remember, 6 and up is a success, and tell me how many successes you get. A 10 is 2 successes.
Unless it's on your blood die, right?
If it's on your blood die, it's still 2 successes, but it is a bestial success. So tell me if you get a 10 or a 1 on your blood.
I got a 10 on my blood die, and otherwise I got 5 successes.
All right, so 7 successes, and a bestial success at that. Aquinas, you, like all of the kindred that walk the earth in shadows, are constantly harried by the beast, an unending hunger that exists in the back of your mind at all times, unless you have recently drunk someone to completion. That same beast, being a reflection of Aquinas, also has an analytical mind, but in an aggressive, gripping, almost obsessive sense. You see morphinogenic fields, and immediately your mind flashes back to a message you got from a particular Japanese scientist that I have DM'd you about.
Mm-hmm.
And you are immediately aware that the concept of morphinogenic fields is a hypothetical science theory that suggests that humans are all connected through a field that is known as the collective unconscious. And a human learning something uploads that knowledge into the collective unconscious, and it becomes accessible to everyone on an unconscious level. There are various theories on whether or not you could force someone to interact with a morphogenetic field or even do it on purpose, but it is a proposed theory behind the concept of eureka moments, different people across the world finding things in science at the same time, etc., etc.
Deja vu, everything along those lines.
Exactly.
Aquinas says nothing and then opens the second package.
Inside the second package, there is a pair of cufflinks that have a blue crescent moon with a star in the center.
I'm assuming that's not familiar to me.
Not particularly.
Are there any instructions or anything else included?
There's a phone number on the card.
He'll turn and look at everyone. And Eden, are you outside the door?
Yes.
Understood. I know tangentially what this may be about. It is not directly related to my studies, but it is something that I have been interested in the past. We've received these cufflinks, and he'll put them on the gurney. And a business card that has a telephone number. Would you like me to call them, or should we have a speakerphone conversation?
Perhaps we should track the origin of the number first so we know what we're getting into.
Be my guest.
Can we go back upstairs where it's more comfortable now?
I see no issue with that.
She just starts walking upstairs.
I'll follow, leaving a trail of feathers in my wake.
Bo, I'll be right up. I have to attend to something momentarily.
All right, we'll wait for you. I'll go up. I'm not gonna pry in his business.
Thank you. And Akunas will quickly dip into the other room, and then follow them upstairs.
All right. As you all journey upstairs, all of your phones chime. Those of you who are monsters and don't have your phone silenced all the time. Vampires, I tell you, that's how you're a real monster. You don't have your phone on silence. You all,
Aquinas' phone goes off.
fantastic. You all receive a I assume that you put yours on the charge at some point, Lazarus. But you all have a message from a number that you do recognize. It is from the right hand of the prince, a woman by the name of Cameron Vantella III. She is a Toreador and is the right hand of the prince, and says in the text message, Prince Lyman Baxter has requested your presence for an impromptu Elysium to find a missing person.
I hate that guy.
I couldn't hear you, Eden.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, she just said, I hate that guy.
I'm assuming it's a missing kindred. I'm unsure why they would care about a human.
They wouldn't. I'm just wondering who else is invited. Elysium really ain't my scene.
Mine either.
Well, I think we attend to our business first, and then we can see what the prince wishes of us. Does that make sense to the rest of you?
Fine with me. Did you want me to try and track this number down before we call it? In case it's someone crazy or something?
If it's
You
your
might
wish.
as well try to look it up.
All right. Do some
Lazarus,
digging.
you immediately notice, first thing that you immediately notice is this is not a correct area code. The first 3 digits of the number are 004.
Oh, this is incredibly irregular. I don't even know if this is a phone number. This could be an address. This could be an IP address. This could be a library card. I don't even know what this is.
Right.
You don't know.
Well-
I'm probably not gonna know.
Well, maybe we shouldn't call it. Maybe we should just put it back in its little box and forget about it.
Laz,
We
are
don't
you
need it.
good?
Yes, sorry, I'm fine.
All right.
Do what you want with it.
I will call it. If these are mortals, then they have much more to worry about if they're on my bad side. And Aquinas will pull out his phone and dial the number.
It rings 3 times. And your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and try again.
Now, normally I would say you were correct and that it was a false number, but the 3 rings makes it seem otherwise. Don't
Maybe
you
it's a
agree?
fax number.
Yes.
Ah. Well, I do happen to have a fax downstairs.
Of course you do.
I can fax them a reply quickly, and then we can head to the Elysium. Does that sound amenable to everybody?
Fine.
Yeah.
Very well. I will, Aquinas will turn on his heel and adjourn back down to his office, where he will write out a quick note saying, interested in proposition and the purpose of these cufflinks. Curious to hear your response. Please call me at this number, and he'll put down his phone number.
Gonna give him. I guess he already knows.
All right.
And then he will head upstairs.
Yes. All right. You all head out to Elysium. Fantastic. So you head to the Michigan Theater in the heart of Detroit, this very, very old, almost Roman Colosseum inspired building that is built and slightly draped in various places with white and gold, even if only in markings. And you walk in to see a very crowded group of kindred. In fact, looking across everyone, this is likely most of the kindred that call Detroit home, and probably even 1 or 2 that aren't from around here that have decided to join the Elysium. You 4 are not newcomers to the Detroit scene. In fact, through your various talents, you've managed to accrue a fairly high ranking as far as coteries go, and you do draw some attention, Eden especially, as you walk through the rows of the Michigan Theater, but you do not sit in the general admission or the skybox like all of these young newlings, newly sired children. You have a seat behind the stage. Behind the stage is a bit more intimate. It is quieter. Eden, you've been in rooms like this. It's essentially like a very nice green room. Lazarus, you notice that there's only one other Nosferatu currently here, as you do not see the prince in this room. But you all notice that there are 4 people that are really worth your time. Probably the only 4 people in the building that are on your influence level, and in some cases just slightly above it. There is Nymeria Page, this very mousy looking brown-haired woman with circular glasses that is, as always, clutching a book in one hand and sort of watching a watch, slightly nervous, but also slightly irritated. there is Kirla Edwards, a very Eden. Eden and Lazarus would have probably interacted with Kirla a fair amount of times. She owns plenty of clubs across the various states, across all of the nation. She owns nightclubs and things like that. She has procured many an influential gig and is very into your whole movement with the flock. There is a young man with this wild frock of black hair that is hidden behind an owl mask, which is ironic considering you know that this is the vulture. The vulture is technically a contingent of people. It is made up of how many you're not sure, but they all wear the mask and will appear as the vulture when they are called upon. They sort of exist as sort of like a hive polycule contingent in a way. And lastly, there is Ophelia Justine, looking like she has stepped out of a 1940s black and white stop motion picture. There is a woman with a very large parasol, as though she's Mary Poppins, dressed in this old 1940s styled, like dragging along the ground, very elegant ball dress. You see that one of the eyes is this gray twinged color, while the other is made of crystal. And she wears this big, opulent purple church hat with sort of like sprigs of fake mistletoe tucked into the hem of it. You know that this is a very, very out there Malkavian woman. She likes to call herself the director from time to time. And it is her who first welcomes you all in. She says, "Oh, look at you, lovely little motes of starlight. Welcome, please, come in, come in. If you prefer it bagged, we have plenty, only the finest. Eden, you look tremendous, darling."
Thank you. I like your
Well.
hat.
Oh, thank you. I killed someone for it. I had a question. I wondered if any of you had any idea, any whisperings that you'd like to share over what this little Elysium might be, a missing person, but I count everyone I know in attendance. Odd.
I'm not one for idle gossip, but I see everyone I know and then some around here. So I'm not sure who it would be missing either.
Yes, a wide net indeed. Well, I've noticed two people that are missing from this very room, I would assume. I don't see Nicholas and Charlotte. They appear to be absent. Now, they could be on another of their honeymoon vacations, but somehow I doubt that. And the four of you know exactly who she is referring to. She's Nicholas and Charlotte, although he hates being called by his full name. Nick is this very large, very bulky Nosferatu man that usually goes by his name, the Angler, and he tends to be a cleaner that people can talk to about making sure that messes are no longer there after a job's been done. Whereas Charlotte is another Toreador, and she has what is considered by some to be a very peculiar predilection towards very scarred things, which is how she started dating Nick.
Well, whether they're on a honeymoon or not, I hope they're having a good time.
Fingers crossed. How goes the research, good doctor?
Endless as always.
Hmm.
You know, that position under the knife is always ready for you.
Oh, perhaps one day, maybe when I want to take the stage by storm for my comeback tour. Who knows? Who knows?
Are you
Keep
a
those
musician
hands
director?
idle. Well, I think that while I have had my exciting evenings, I could not keep up with the flock that you have created for yourselves. That's what you call them, right?
The flock is the band. Our fans are the lambs.
Oh, okay. Yes, apologies. I get so much information, past, present, future, all the things. Well, either way, I managed to catch a bit of your show last night. I particularly liked the part where our friends, the young Lazarus, made their entrance. I thought it was enchanting in a horrifying way.
Thank you. If you ever want more of a backstage tour, I'd be happy to show you the little elevator thing that I have to hide in for hours before the show starts.
Oh, you
actually
used
rather
an
comforting.
elevator. Interesting. I assumed you flew. Hmm. Interesting indeed.
Laz was
excuse
very
me.
good at hide and seek when we were children.
Yes, it seems to be the natural predilection of our Nosferatu friends. But if you excuse me, I do have some calls that I need to make. And she turns and, like, sleight of hands a phone out of nowhere and just takes a phone call.
D.
Mm-hmm.
The prince is present in this room right now, or not?
Oh, no.
Not here yet.
Not here yet.
Then I will lean to our group and say, well, there is one person missing.
Indeed.
Is Cameron here?
Yes, she is. She is toward the back of the room.
That's gonna get me every time. You have to do that.
It's like the time I named my character after Ellis. Wait, so she is there?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
She is toward the back.
I'm gonna go sidle up next to her.
And as you approach, you see that this is a very dark-skinned black woman with these long waves of hair that reach down to her shoulders. She is wearing a see-through, like, what's the right word for it? It's like a bodice, I believe is the term for it. And she's wearing this long dress that is split all the way up to her hip on the side, dressed in many oranges and blacks.
I come up to where our shoulders are touching and I lean against the wall. Hey, Cammy.
Oh, and I thought you'd make a later entrance. How are you, dearest?
I'm as good as I can be being called here. What's going on?
I have no idea. You know how Lyman is. Excuse me, how our prince is.
Right. Don't you have control over his calendar?
I am not an assistant. No.
All right. And then
I heard that you had quite the show last night.
They're all quite the show. Is there any particular part that you wanted to talk to me about?
And she turns and steps closer to you and says, yes, actually. I just heard a song or three. I wanted to talk about, I think it's called The Kiss.
We've been down that road already, friend.
Yes, but it's such a pleasant drive. And she leans closer to you.
Are you playing chicken? And I'm
No.
going to grab her by the front of her shirt and kiss her.
Fantastic. And as that happens, Lazarus, you are approached by this very frail looking human man that is wearing like a vest. And he walks up and says, Hey, excuse me. I was told that I am supposed to give this to you.
What are you doing here?
I was sent here by the prince.
Where is he?
I don't know. I was told to do this a few days ago.
A few days. Well, I won't tell anyone if you won't.
Oh no, it was supposed to be delivered right now. And he like pulls out his phone and checks. Yeah, I'll leave you to your business.
Wait, right now, like as in this minute, this second.
Yes.
So precise.
And Lazarus, now that you think about it, you didn't really clock this person as you walked in because you were more concerned with the other kindred in front of you, but he has been here the whole time.
Have I seen him before?
As you squint toward him, you realize you mistook him for a Nosferatu. He's heavily scarred, bits of the lip gone, piercings in odd places, but never seen him before.
I'll look down. What is he delivered?
You see, it is a 4x6 manila envelope with 2 blue moon star cufflinks.
And you said these are from the prince.
That's how he introduced himself, Prince Lyman Baxter.
I see. Thank you. What do they call you?
They don't. I don't really have a name anymore.
Good.
Say again. Okay. And he just sort of like shuffles out of the room.
I'll take it over. Yes. I'll look over, see Eden involved. Just, oh God. And either head over to Bo or Aquinas. Are you all together or did you separate?
I have found a nice place against a wall and got a tiny little flask, O positive. Just a sip at a time.
The
Watching.
good stuff.
Seeing Eden averting my eyes, but more so out of respect. Hat low.
I'll
You're
join you
welcome
then,
to join
Bo.
in.
I'll join you, Bo, and just kind of shove the manila envelope. Look, another one.
I'll look at it for a second. Is that what that kid gave you?
Yeah. Checked his phone and everything, said it was from the prince.
Did the prince give it to him, or did the prince like text him and then send it to him in the mail?
I don't know.
Is he still in here, D?
Nope.
Shit.
He ski-daddled.
Right now, I'm $20 in on the prince is missing. And the longer he doesn't show up, it goes up like $1, like every 10 minutes.
Should we move on that assumption and just start looking for him? God, is he playing some sort of weird game?
Don't you want to see the inevitable panic of every kindred in Detroit first?
I don't particularly care to see everybody anywhere.
All right, you got me on that one. Can't argue with that. But if we left now, we'd look mighty suspicious. So I think we ought to at least stay put until they bang the gavel and make the formal announcement that we're right.
Fair. How long do we wait for that? Who do you think will dare to touch the gavel first?
It's Cameron's job, ain't it? Although I presume she is occupied.
Oh God, still. Just tell me when it's
Peeks.
over.
Peeks.
Oh, it's worse.
It's worse.
Oh.
I'll take one for the team, and he will. If does it bother Lazarus to be touched generally?
I think they would flinch a little bit, but not. It wouldn't be unwelcome.
Just like a gentle nudge, so that Lazarus's back is fully to Eden. And while we talk, Bo will take the hit of having it in line of sight.
And through these conversations, what is Aquinas doing?
Aquinas went down into the rabble and just started starting up conversations, but if any of the coterie watched him doing that, they know he's hunting. Not for food, but for test subjects.
Yes. So amongst the rabble, there are no beating hearts, unfortunately, but there are a number of like freshly turned kindred that are like, I don't know what an Elysium is. A pretty lady told me I had to be here tonight. I just showed up.
Well, you made it to the right place. Now, I know this can be a disturbing new way of life. How long has it been for you?
It's been like 3 weeks at this point.
3 weeks.
Yeah. I know my sire is sort of a dickhead. So I don't really trust what he's saying. Am I always gonna be hungry like this?
That will be the predominant experience, though there is a chance for you to briefly feel sated.
Oh, wait,
If
really?
Yes. If you're interested, I can show you.
I mean, yeah. And he sort of like wipes his hand and then realizes that he's nervous, but he can't sweat anymore, and just extends his hand out and he says, Donovan.
Aquinas. Pleasure to
Okay.
meet you, Donovan.
Where should I come for like lessons?
Lessons. Yes. You can come to my office, and he'll give the address. Basically produce a card that has all the instructions, the way to get down into the medical chamber.
And he like looks at the card for a couple seconds and looks back up at you and says, I'm dead, so like my kidneys aren't worth anything, dude. Right? Like, you're not gonna like. And they just turn and walk away. Like this person has just realized that you are like way out of his pay grade, and he keeps the card, but he just turns and is just like, I don't know what else to say in this conversation. I'm just leaving.
Well, that's a shame. Oh, well. And then Aquinas will look up and see we'll just kind of get a look at the scene of everything. And I have appointments to get to, and we'll start to move towards the stage, towards the gavel.
Wonderfully. And
No.
as you do, you hear a familiar voice say, thank you. I was just looking to be handed that. And striding onto the stage in these wide gold and white buff sunglasses If you're not from Detroit, you don't know what buffs are, but it's fine. It's a type of Cartier glasses. They're very expensive in Detroit specific. And he strides out in a sickeningly white suit with gold buttons and accoutrement. And he has this white cape that's red underneath it. And he extends a hand out. And you know that this is the Prince of Detroit, Lyman Baxter, the Nosferatu man.
Lyman, pleasure to see you. And I'll hand the gavel.
Yes, I suppose it is a pleasure to see me, isn't it? How's your research going?
Endless, as always.
Well,
The
you know
offer
what they say
always
about...
stands.
I think I'll pass, Dr. Kevorkian. But they
Ah,
say idle hands are the devil's playground, so keep busy.
Will do. Again, not a doctor.
Right, yes, just a extremely qualified professional in the medical field. My
Precisely.
apologies. And he turns and says, where is Cameron? And you see, like, after waiting a minute, the dueling vacuums like unstick themselves from each other. And she leaves a lingering kiss on your hand as she very hurriedly strides out, her heels clicking against the platform, says, apologies, a bit caught up with feeding. You look good. And Lyman says, I guess that means that Miss Shepherd is here. Yes, everyone of the higher ranks is waiting in the back for you. And Lyman goes on for some nonsensical long talk about the rules of the Camarilla and upholding the masquerade and the shroud we must keep to protect ourselves. But all four of you and everyone else in the green room tune most of that out because you know that's not the real reason you're here. And eventually, Lyman makes his way back to the green room and he takes off the sunglasses and looks at you all and says, well, I'm glad that most of you could make it. Unfortunately, Nick and Charlotte weren't able to join us, but they told me ahead of time that they'd be indisposed at this current time, so what can you do? How goes everything? Is Detroit still treating you well?
As well as any place these days.
Yes, I'm glad you're still here, Bo. I know you're of the wandering sort, so hopefully you find the mansion comfortable to some degree. But on to the real matter at hand here. I need assistance from my loyal Detroit suburbanites. There's a child lost in our wonderful city's streets. A Guru child. And I suggest we would be well-intended to find the child, lest his parents make a mess of the good city of Detroit. So, be on the lookout.
Hey D, what the
Yes.
fuck is a guru?
A Guru is a werewolf.
Werewolf.
Ah.
Werewolf child.
I know that
Good.
from Teen Wolf before I ever played Vampire the Masquerade. Back to my roots.
God
Max,
bless.
I love you.
It's French.
It is. Well, with all that being said, if no one has any questions, I will let you lovely folks get back to your evening.
Oh, I have many
You got any-
questions.
any ID we're looking for other than just like we saw him?
I don't pay attention to the finer details. I'm sure Cameron will do a wonderful job of keeping you up to date.
One quick question, Prince. Could this not have been sent in an email?
It certainly could have been, and I understand that your time is a precious resource. But I wanted to see who would be here. And he smiles wide at that comment, and you see the many rows of shark-like teeth, and says, and I was not disappointed. Very well done. And he turns, opens the door, and walks out.
The email question was very funny.
It definitely could have been an email. There's no reason we all had to be here.
I think the next time we are summoned, we should ask if it could be one.
I mean, I had a nice time.
Eden,
I'm
you have
sure
Cameron's
you
phone
did.
number, correct?
Of course.
Oh, Cameron's still here. She did
Yes.
not leave with the prince.
Well, in the future, I'm sure we can reach out in a situation and inquire.
Let me ask you, Cameron, because I'm sure you know better. Has the prince made a habit of having ghouls and mortals run messages for him, or is that new?
Prince Baxter has no ghouls that I am aware of.
That's interesting. So who's the immortal kid running around Elysium then?
I have not seen a mortal child.
Lazarus, you got a script on who that was?
Yeah, I haven't seen him since, but handed me this, said it was from the prince. Does this ring a bell for you? And I'll show the cufflinks.
And she looks at them. She does not touch them because she doesn't know if they're real jewels or not. And she looks at them and says, no, but they're a bit garish. You say a child was...
Some mortal.
Like, I'm
Interesting.
sure he was an adult. He's not like a kid. Like, I'm just old.
Aren't we all at this point?
That's the point.
Interesting. Well, I will look into this. As far as the rest of you go before someone runs out the door, there's not much information to share, so allow me to share it, please. From what I understand and what I have been told, the child was last seen around the Detroit Art Institute. That was the last around excuse me. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong character. The child was last seen at the baseball stadium downtown. We've got guards there that are told to keep us on retainer, but that's last I saw, or last he was seen.
What day was this?
This was yesterday, the 8th of September.
When's the next game?
The next game, the stadium is currently closed for repairs.
Oh, all right.
Which
They
is
might still be
human code for the meltdown of the Bruja faction the other day. Still not done cleaning the place, so we can't let the kind walk around yet.
My apologies. I don't believe I was present. Unless I was, D. Unless
I don't believe you were, no.
If it's closed to the public, why was the child there?
Well, the child is hardly ignorant of the things that go bump in the night, being the children of 2 werewolves. I'm sure he's just going wherever he would like to.
Who saw him?
It was one of the security guards that's under Prince Lyman's detail.
Do you have a picture of this kid?
I do not. But he's short, brown-haired, extensive arm hair for a child, sharp teeth.
So he looks like a generic werewolf. Can't you people keep security cameras? Like, they invented him. The fuck aren't you using him for?
Watch
Well, I'm
your
sure there are
language,
plenty
Bo.
of security. I'm sure there are plenty of security cameras. I just am not at such a low station that I check it. That would be your job, Bo, and I think it would be best to keep in mind that you are an outsider, both to this city and to me.
Cameron,
Hmm?
relax a bit, please.
Goddamn impossible for anybody connected to a prince. Don't worry about it.
We will get to doing what we do best. Thank you for the information.
Of course, Aquinas.
It was nice to see you. And Eden walks out.
Eden, did you say something? I couldn't hear you.
Am I turned down again? Yep, I was.
Let's-
Okay.
Well, if you don't have anything else, we might as well get going.
The night is still young, though an email would have aided us with time.
Do we know if any of these folks that we're familiar with that have gathered for the Elysium have
Mhm.
any connection to the baseball stadium? I'm talking like recruitment, vending, concessions, janitorial, like
You know
electric
that
company.
most kindred tend to try and have a stake in anything that is, a large congregation of kindred in a certain place. So I would say any of the four. You can take your pick of who you would like to approach.
I, as Max, will not make this choice because I know that I am biased and will pick the person that I, Max, want to talk to. So if someone else could pick, that would be better.
There is Nymeria Page. You know that she is a Tremere. There's Kirla Edwards, a Toreador. There is the Vulture. They are Bruja. And Ophelia, who is Malkavian.
I guess if there was a Bruja something there the other night, maybe they saw something.
Yeah, I would definitely think that that would be the first place that we should check.
All right, let's vulture up. Let's vulture up.
All right. You approach this young person in an owl mask. They turn to look you up and down. Go ahead.
When you say young person, are they a kindred?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You just know that because of the way the vulture works, the bodies change out quite a bit.
Yeah.
And this one seems to be, this is probably like their first Elysium as the vulture. And the vulture turns to you all and says, we see that you all have joined us after receiving information. We assume that you would want something additional from us.
Yeah, actually, we're I'm not really great at the nicety, or maybe you don't. Y'all know that I'm not great at the niceties. But there was a Bruja something that Cameron mentioned to me that I seem to have missed the other night at the baseball stadium, and I wanted to know what the hell happened.
Yes, the clashing of two young idealists. They were simply a little overexcited. We handled it with swift efficiency. The punishment has been doled out where it is appropriate, and bandages everywhere though it is not.
Did we lose any?
No, Luckily, they are so fresh, they didn't have the heart to kill one of their own.
Fresh fledglings, then.
Fledglings, yes. Lots
Nobody
of
tells
those
me anything.
recently.
I've noticed. I think we all have.
Hmm.
Ghoul's running around here too. You happen to know who he belongs to?
I haven't seen a ghoul.
Am I the only one? Anybody else got something? You can't leave me to talk. I know it's nice to listen to me and all.
It is a pleasure, Bo.
Your accent's great.
Yeah.
That wasn't the point.
D,
No,
there's
seriously, you should read audiobooks or something.
They just let anybody do that. I feel like it's usually like famous actors.
Well, then become a famous actor.
I don't want to be no famous actor. Then it's hard to move.
Eden,
yeah.
you were saying something.
I was gonna ask D if there was a Malkavian around.
Yes, Ophelia Chastain is a Malkavian.
Is she the eccentric
hat
one
lady.
with the hat?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I'm going to approach her.
Well, well, well. A missing child, a Garou one, no less. Interesting.
Yes, very. I was wondering if you've had any visions about what's to come.
Oh, and wouldn't that be so convenient? But for some reason, my visions of this day are muddled. And you four have something to do with it. I can't see past today. It's so odd for my sight to fail me. I wonder what's in the store. Perhaps the world will end today. And then we won't have to worry about Simon's little mission.
We could all be so lucky.
Finally get some goddamn sleep.
If things to do that would be most inconvenient.
Yes, yes.
Agreed.
Ophelia, what do you see, though, for today?
Today, the best that I've seen is a shroud. A purple shroud. It stretches across like time and space, as though it's being woven, but the needles have stopped. And then 5 lights, flames, one smaller than the others, and cufflinks, blue, the star and a moon. But I don't know what it all means. I feel like a fledgling again. It's so exciting. Usually my sight is so piercing that I can tell what will happen a week in clear view. It's been so long since a roadblock. It must be something tremendous.
Interesting.
Yes.
As this is happening, as soon as she mentions the symbol being in the dream, I'm gonna crouch a little, take a picture of the symbol on the folder that Les has with my phone, and just tear off to find the most artsy looking motherfucker, art history professor, would lecture.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Twist my arm, D. Twist my arm.
Oh, darn. Shoot,
oh,
heck.
shit. That really wasn't what I was gunning for, but
She's the most
will
inclined.
I will when they're done, or we can do it when they're done, but I am leaving mid-conversation to pursue that as soon as she mentions it.
Gotcha. But yes.
The pursuit of new experiences is divine.
Isn't it just? Some might say that's the purpose of being alive, though I guess I don't know where we fall on that spectrum.
Eden snarls at the word divine and. Alright, well. Thank you, Ophelia. Anytime you want tickets to a show, just let us know.
Thank you so dearly, Starlight. They sell out so fast nowadays.
At least here.
Lazarus,
Yes. Hi.
tread carefully.
Where?
I don't know. Just felt appropriate.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Do you know of anyone who can cross through places without being seen?
Without being seen. Well,
Even by someone like us?
I know that the Tremere and their blood magic is capable of quite a great many things. Anything beyond that, and it may be a full mage.
What?
One of the magi that reside in the city. Though I don't know what you could have done to accrue their gaze.
If one wanted to find them, how would they go about that?
The same way we go about everything, Starlight. Blood and violence.
Very well. Thank you.
And Bo, you approach Kirla Edwards, who is draped over a couch, staring at the ceiling.
I think Bo is like walking like a little like too fast with like the determination to figure out what this thing is, and then has to like kind of like skid to a stop on his heels when he gets to her. And he says, am I interrupting a conversation between you and yourself?
No, I'm just rolling. Can I help you, gorgeous?
don't do that. I just I had a question. I have an art question, I guess, or maybe a history question, and I figure nobody better to ask than you.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place. I like your accent, by the way. And
I
she
like
sort of leans forward.
yours. You never did tell me where you grew up, but we've got important business to attend to, I believe.
I haven't told you because that is a difficult question to answer. What business do you have with me?
I've got this here thingamajig. He holds up the picture that he's just taken of the symbol. It's popped up 3 times just today, and I'm wondering if it has any kind of significance that you might know about.
I recognize this symbol, yes. What will you trade me for these answers, I wonder?
What are you in need of?
Oh, that's such a dangerous question.
I didn't say I'd give it to you, I just asked.
I like you. And because I like you, I'll give you a free trial. This is what's known as a magical foci. It can supposedly be used in place of certain components during spell casting. It's very old, but the enchantment is as strong as it ever was.
The image itself is the foci, not like an image with it on it. or an item with it on it, rather.
Well, it depends on what you're looking at. Now, in this particular case, I would say that this is more of a rune than an image. You can kind of put it on anything and it'll focus a very particular type of spell.
Can anyone do it? Can it be learned, or do you have to be born with it?
Well,
Or have I asked you too many questions?
that depends on what you're willing to give me.
Yeah, that's all right. I ain't sure what I got that you don't already have.
Well, you've got a strapping young body that I could use.
I almost want to impose a role on you.
I've been having an issue recently. There are some undeserving little bastard that thinks she's allowed to move in on one of my properties. If you could just go make sure that the property is in a condition where she would no longer like to have it in the first place.
You don't mind it getting torn up?
Of course not. If it's not mine, it may as well be burned to the ground.
That line seems to strike him for an extra beat. You send me an address and you got a deal.
And she will text you an address.
All right. He'll shake on it.
Now, off you go. And she lays back and stares at the ceiling again.
I will rejoin the group at their earliest convenience, and he will probably stay quiet in the back of them until they are done with whatever they are currently doing.
Eden turns around and goes, Bo, I didn't realize you could blush.
I can't. I can't.
Actually, vampires can once they've been imbibing blood.
But I can't personally. Do you want to know what I found out or not?
But you are blushing.
I'm not.
You're getting worse.
She's really pretty.
You're pointing it out in your ears. Kind of.
He pulls his hat down further. It's like a wall.
Oh, Bo, that's adorable.
The thing, the moon shit, is spell cast in focus, I think, in the singular, foci in the multiple, in the plural. She said that it acts like a rune, that you can basically make a magic happen with it, even with just the shape of it. And then I told her that I would destroy some property for her for more info, because hell, I'd do that anyway.
That sounds fun. Can I help?
Right. I actually would say it'd be wise for you not to be seen causing property damage. But
are you sure that would actually be good for my reputation?
I suppose that's true.
Are you saying that this symbol is some sort of magic? Oh God, it's there. That's how they're watching us. That's how they're talking to us. It's the Magi. It's
Laz, you're good.
Why don't you give me the cufflinks, and they'll watch me?
Gladly.
I actually think that maybe we should ditch them somewhere. But somewhere we can go back for them. Like, we could put them in a lockbox in the bank, except the bank is closed because it's not, so that would have to wait till tomorrow.
I have a few places that I usually hide things. That would be ideal.
In our house or outside our house?
Both.
Outside, please.
Let's go with outside. I'd prefer outside. Let me see where this place is. I want to put the address that she gave me into maps. I love games with technology.
You put the address into Google Maps, and you come up with a one of the clubs in the city of Detroit that has recently undergone a change in management.
She wants me to destroy her competitors. That's what she meant by turf. I thought she meant like feeding grounds.
I mean,
God,
it
maybe I'm the
it
dumb
still
one. I
sounds
keep
very
thinking-
fun.
Yeah.
Did she say specifically to destroy it, or was there an
No, it was very clear. She said, and I quote, give or take a few words, my memory ain't the best. If it isn't mine, it might as well burn to the ground.
Hot.
very
Just
well?
blushing again.
You should probably not refuse her advances, then you wouldn't want to get burned.
I did it. I mean, is it really in advance when she like lays like all draped over? I'm sure she would have flirted with you if you walked over there.
I don't think so.
But you're so talented, Laz.
I
It's
don't.
true. You are very talented, Laz.
Eh?
I mean, the lambs like you.
The lambs are idiots.
And monster fuckers.
I like you. Like not like that, but like I could see why someone would.
Okay. I appreciate it, but let's not. Perhaps we also get rid of this thing in our house that we used on the machine, the fax machine as well, the symbol. Make sure it's all gone. Every trace of it.
The packages we received.
Yes. We should also not think of this symbol. What if they can do something with our minds as well?
Then
Oh,
we will
there's an
deal with that
episode.
as we approach it. But until then, we can only plan for the things that we know. Isn't that right, Lazarus?
I suppose.
Eden's gonna text Cammy. Do you know any therapists who work at night?
Yes, several. Want me to link you?
Please. Because she is worried about Lazarus.
And with that, where do y'all head to next?
The nightclub or the baseball stadium, y'all.
Yeah, I've never been to Detroit. I don't know where things are.
Sure, nightclub or baseball stadium, or back home.
If you want to go back home to get the symbol off the fax so that it's no longer in the house and just do that, like just snatch it off and then head to our next destination, I'm cool with that. I don't know what the next destination is.
We could split up as well. I don't think we need all of us to destroy the symbol. I mean,
Right. What if...
I don't think destroying the nightclub is actually I don't think it's really going to take much. I'll fire my gun once or twice and everybody else will do the rest. I ain't even, you don't actually have to hit any of them. They'll panic.
No, I don't
No.
want people to get injured. I'm going with you. I can take care of the getting people out part.
Well, it's not like we can actually light the place on fire and,
No, but I can smash things. I'm good at that.
and you're absolutely sure you want to be held accountable for this
I won't be.
publicly?
I won't be.
All right. You know what? Me and you, I'm gonna be your bodyguard here.
Works for me. Laz, you good?
I'm good.
All right.
I can go and dispose of the items. Then shall we meet at the baseball stadium?
Yeah, I guess let's meet by home plate.
Very good.
Cute.
Agnes, should I come with you or just?
However you feel comfortable.
I guess I'd like to know that I'll come with you just to see it again. Curious. I don't want to be alone. I was told to tread carefully, so I suppose safety in numbers.
Very well. We shall go back to our mansion for a brief action of disposal, and then we shall head to the baseball field.
Fantastic. And as you all head out to take care of your various bits of business, that is a perfect place for us to take our break for the evening. Get up, stretch your fleshy meat suit, because while they may be undead, you are not. Take care of yourself, and we will be back soon after a quick bite. Hello, and welcome back to the second half of episode 1 of 13 Hours. I believe that the QC was deciding to stop home real quick. No one else get out of the car. Just one person run in, grab their phone charger, and then we can go to the theme park type stop. And then off to the baseball stadium, correct?
That's what Aquinas and Lazarus were doing, yes.
Wunderbar. Is it Aquinas and Lazarus? Are you the only two going inside?
Oh yeah, we're not going with them. We're going somewhere else.
Yep. We split the party.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're splitting.
we're splitting the party.
Yeah.
You two are going to the baseball stadium, and you two are just going back
No,
home.
we're going to the nightclub.
No, we're going to the nightclub to destroy the nightclub.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're going to start with the group that are on their way home. Yes, so you arrive to the outskirts of the manor. Are you going through the front door?
No, I don't think so. I think Aquinas will just go through the side port that is built into the basement.
Okay. So you go into the side port that leads into the basement. Lazarus, I assume you follow.
Oh yes, like a creepy shadow.
Fantastic. I would like for both of you to make me a let's call it composure and awareness roll.
Bestial failure for Laz.
Bestial success. And with that, there's 3 other successes.
Wonderful. So Laz, with that bestial failure, you do get a little bit hungrier and you have an epiphany. And I want you to hold on to the word I just said, lest I forget. Aquinas, with your bestial success, this is your lair. This is your domain, every inch of it. And as soon as you cross the threshold from the stairs into the room proper, you know someone has been here. There's, even if it's the smallest, most minute odor left in the air that's still in this room, you know for a fact that someone has been here.
Do I feel like they're still here?
No.
Well, Lazarus, I believe you were correct, and I was incorrect.
The magic?
No,
You're thinking about it. Stop thinking about it.
not the magic, Lazarus. The home invasion.
What?
Earlier today, you said that someone had been in here.
Yes, I did.
Someone has been inside my space.
Oh my god. We'll look for things. I have a thing I can use to scan the room to see if there's cameras. Don't say anything. Don't think about things.
There are 2 people here currently that I will go ask. They are in a need of reprieve from their current situation. So
You have people here?
Lazarus, you know what I do, correct?
Yes, I know what you do, but you keep them here when we're not here.
Oh, they're quite indisposed.
How can you be sure?
Also, welcome in Raiders.
Ooh. I can be a... Have you ever had your skin peeled away from your body and then tried to move?
Yes.
Well, think of that, but also having the organs of your torso exposed and hooked up to several impulse meters of electricity. It's
They
very
won't-
difficult for them to move right now.
Yes, they won't be walking about. Fine.
I will speak with them shortly. But once I leave this room, you're welcome to scan. Just be careful.
Anything you're particularly attached to?
Everything in this room. This is where I see patients. So
Fine.
thank you, Lazarus. And then Aquinas will go to the furthest door on the right and go inside into the laboratory and holding cell area.
Wonderful. And as you step inside, Lazarus, what are you doing?
Looking longingly with my large claws, thinking like, I could just rip the wallpaper. I could just, fine. I am going to use an app on my phone and scan. Going to turn off the lights, look for little hidden lights, do a really good electronic scan of the room to see if there's any bugs.
Sure. Does
things
your
like that.
tool have a black light?
Oh yeah, it would. They're paranoid.
Then you notice sprawled above the workstation, it says wrong time, right place. Very neatly written.
Wrong
Where
time.
exactly are you looking? I want to rate this.
That is above Aquinas's work desk. Like on the
Which
wall.
is, yeah. So are we talking about like where a patient would sit or on
No.
like a writing?
No,
a writing desk?
yes, exactly.
What time is it?
It is currently 9:15 p.m.
I think Laz would probably try and take a picture of it.
You get a picture. Aquinas, is there anything you're doing in the room with the patients that you would like to be on screen?
Yeah. Aquinas is going to talk to them.
Wunderbar.
Good evening, you two. I hope you are staying wide awake as much as possible. I have a quick question for you. Did you see anybody here other than myself today? Short answers only. Thank you.
No. You do not usually visit us twice.
Ah. How long ago did I visit?
An hour? Time is difficult.
No, you're correct. It's all right. Your feelings of time are going to be marred a bit, but your mind understands. It's very good.
Have you ever experienced deja vu?
Yes. Tell me more.
It was odd when you entered, like we had seen you that way before. I couldn't touch you. Your hand passed through me.
I think you're getting somewhere. And Aquinas will go, and they're chained up on opposite sides of the room. Aquinas will go and touch the hand of one of them and then ask the one on the other side, do you feel this?
Yes.
Very good. And Aquinas will take the cufflinks and feed them to each of them. But so one set to one and the other set to the other.
Gotcha.
Very good. I'll come see you before the night is done.
Okay.
Good work, both of you. And then
Thank you.
Aquinas will leave.
All right. With that, you manage to make your way out, and you see Lazarus taking various pictures of the area above your work desk.
And that's I'm assuming the black light, I'm able to see that.
Yes, I would assume Lazarus did not turn it off.
You see this? This
I
is what happens
do.
when we get sloppy. There must be holes in our security somewhere.
Well, there's something I think we're running into here. I have my own bit of magic because of my clan. My security sense cameras are top of the line. Very few things would get by them. And the magic that I believe we're dealing with, based off of this, did you notice how the voicemail, it came in specifically at a certain time?
I suppose.
6:13 p.m. I had been awake for 2.5 hours at that point. And it was odd. We received the voicemail beforehand, and voicemails are recorded beforehand, usually a minute or so before they actually hit your inbox. So they came from all of our phones, which is odd, peculiar first notice. Second notice was the possible invasion that you cited. Third notice was these packages that we received appearing on my desk while I was sleeping during the day, which the basement is completely locked down from all access points. No one is able to get in during that time. So that means that some other sort of magic, intangibility or otherwise, is at use. But two things happened as we entered here. One, someone being inside. Concerning. Two, the discovery of this black light writing in conjunction with the conversation I just had with my two subjects.
What did they say?
They said, which absolutely fascinating, that they are connecting to each other. These are mortals. They are having visions of me coming in, not being able to touch them tangibly, of myself, while also being able to feel touch that the other one is encountering. So I touched one of their hands just now, and the other one, who was on the other side of the room, was able to feel that. Now that tells me that there's some sort of higher connection occurring between them, something that I've hypothesized for a while. So essentially what I'm saying is there are two avenues that I see. The Magi, as you suspected, or time displacement.
Time.
Yes. Two things that make me say that are the voicemail, very peculiar, the actualization of the time changing. The two Wrong time, right place.
That mortal, the thing that handed me the cufflinks,
Precisely.
was very specific about the time in which I received that envelope.
Precisely.
We must get those out of here. The pears. Where are we taking them? This hiding place of yours.
I have a lockbox out in the fields near the old abandoned steel mills. We can head there. I have
Good,
a few
let's go.
bodies there. Absolutely. And Aquinas will go and take the envelopes and everything else and kind of bundle them together and take them out.
Were there any answers to the facts?
No, I believe the writing on the ceiling was the answer to the facts.
I hate mixed communication. Just pick one and stick with it.
I agree.
God.
But let's head there and take care of it.
All right. And as you two head out to take care of things, you begin leaving the mansion. And as the camera pulls back, we reveal and see a tall-ish 6'1" young person of indiscriminate race and gender standing on top of the roof. And they say,
"Wow, they're catching on. That's good."
and then the scene will cut and we will jump to our lovely friends at the nightclub. This nightclub is called the Shake and Bake.
Ew.
And
What?
as you see, the entrance is extraordinarily gaudy with the imagine like a very glowy rave type aesthetic, but like dipped in My Little Pony sprinkles. Like it's just like sickeningly pink and just the most like kawaii desu colors possible.
Don't like that.
Eden, are you sure they're gonna let me in here like this?
I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Are you sure they're gonna let you in there like that?
I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Those are more colors than are in our entire home. Just on
Bo,
the side.
stop. I've got it. It's fine.
All right, put your glasses back on. You're scaring me.
No.
But I want to wear them.
You approach the bouncer.
Yes.
We're full.
I'm gonna use awe.
Gotcha.
Are you sure about that? And I will.
And they sort of like look up. What does your awe look like? As far as like this on the aura level, basically.
Eden would never admit it because she would hate it, but it's basically like a glow.
Perfect.
Okay,
And you
so
see
It can be like a dark glow, like the dark saber.
yeah, it's red.
yeah,
It's
like the
red.
frame.
That's manipulation and presence.
Yes, it is. Oh, you do not need to roll.
Oh, I don't
This
have to roll.
is you are a creature of the night, and this is an unprepared mortal. Your
So I'd roll if it was
your-
kindred.
Correct.
Got it,
Your
okay.
your disciplines just if a mortal is unprepared for what you are, all of your powers just work.
I mean, perfect.
And you see the man sort of is like looking down and then does a double take when he looks up and goes, "No, yeah, I'm yeah, we could fit at least two more. Hey, get out of the way." And he starts like moving people out of the way to let you and Bo go through.
Thank you. What
Thank
did I tell you, Bo?
All right, listen, I don't know how. Do I look like a
Bo.
guy that goes out to nightclubs to you?
No. But have you ever seen a kind tell me no?
No, I don't think I've ever seen anybody tell you no except for when I answered you just now.
Exactly. Let's go.
All right.
Is there a DJ?
Yes, there
I would
is.
hope.
Perfect. I'm gonna go up to the DJ.
He's currently blasting the 16th loop of Darude Sandstorm as you approach.
Of course he is. Hello.
Oh, hey, what's up, hot stuff?
Ew.
You want to dance?
No. I want you to stop playing the music.
But
Stop
is Darude?
playing the music.
Should I play something else?
No. Give me the mic and shut up.
Oh, right. Yep. Hot mic, all yours.
Thank you. Ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else, get the fuck out.
What?
Get out. And if I have to, I'll use Daunt.
And people are looking at you mostly confused. But if you turn Daunt on Bo, I think you would notice what does when Eden draws on the more dark side of that same charisma, it goes from a glow to more of a
shadow.
And you see this shadow begin to almost gather behind Eden.
All right. I am going to try to save face. Which is how far is the nearest staff member of this club?
If it's just in general staff member, probably like, well, the DJ's right next to Eden, and the bar is probably 25 feet away from you, Bo.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to lean to the DJ and say, I was told that this is just a promotional thing. You'll get back your stand in a minute. Don't you worry about it.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna go take a 15.
I said out. Go.
Yeah, you go take 30 and let the bar know that they can take theirs too. I have awe as well. So
they're not waiting for, and as soon as Daunt comes on, all of the humans start to filter way the fuck out of here.
Are there any non?
You do
in
also.
The room?
I'm gonna get to that in just a second. But Bo, you do also notice that a couple of people after leaving, they're like, "Oh my god, is that Eden Shepherd?" Like, and as they're like scattering. And you do notice that there are 3 very unhappy looking women toward the bottom of the stairs. One has this long, like very messy blonde hair and sort of like these buck teeth. Another one has this blue comb over of hair and these like baggy cargo jeans. And the third one has this wild frock of red hair that almost completely covers the eyes. And she's wearing like a polka dot dress. And that one stands up and says, so what do we owe the pleasure of Miss Eden Shepherd being in our presence?
Why aren't you leaving?
This is our nightclub.
Oh, goody. Bo, you want to tell them why we're here?
Not particularly, no, if you're asking.
And you were worried about my well-being. Somebody doesn't care for you taking over this nightclub. We're here to resolve that issue.
Okay, listen. If Kirla's mad that she lost a game that she started, maybe she shouldn't underestimate her opponents next time.
I don't think I'll talk to you as a businessman first. I don't think all this is really worth your time in the long run. And I don't mean to hurt nobody, but I will if I have to. So it'd be better if you
Oh my God.
Skedaddle, as he would say.
Marie, why is the hick talking to me right now? Can I help you? How did you even get past with the retro Billy the Kid shit you're wearing? Okay. I'm speaking to the one who's clearly in charge here. And I'm
Excuse
telling
you.
you all-American reject, to get the fuck out.
Eden is right in front of her with her, like, ready to grab her throat.
if you don't want me to swing, you're gonna have to if you don't want Bo to swing, you're gonna have to hold him back.
It's too late. Like, Eden's already ready to fight. You don't fuck
Okay.
with her coterie. She's a big sister.
And as you like swing out a punch and just like connect with this person, she hisses and you see the fangs, and her two sisters like rush up. I will save us all the time and energy. These three sisters are nowhere near your power level. They were probably actually sired rather recently, and they're a little drunk on the fact that they're stronger than humans, and they're kind of getting a bit big for their britches. So
Well, they
you
just got
each
throat
can,
punched,
if you would
so-
like to.
I think
Go ahead.
Bo is more so looking for like the vindication of like putting them in their place than to like hurt them on like a vampiric level, like artificial damage, like punch, who the fuck you calling a hick?
Yeah, basically, Eden stops them talking. Like, as soon... That was her goal, is that they can't speak anymore.
Okay. And you see the other two sisters sort of like stop after seeing how handedly you dealt with these three. And the one with the blue hair sort of combed over goes, all right, let's just take it back down a notch. This nightclub is the only place we have thus far in Detroit. I don't know what Kirla is offering you, but I guarantee you I could give you something better.
No, you can't. Go somewhere else. I've been every goddamn state in this country. There's plenty of real estate for you in Vegas or in LA, where this pop Lisa Frank looking nonsense is gonna fly a lot better. You know that I'm right.
He's right.
I told you we shouldn't have come to fucking Detroit. I hate this city. And the one with the blue hair sort of storms off. And the blonde one is like very nervously finger combing through her hair, just goes, Marie, wait for me. And she chases after her sister.
Is there any of them left, or is that it?
Yeah, there's the one that
I
am assuming that Eden is still holding one.
Oh, I throat punched her and I was done with it.
Oh, okay.
She can't talk
will,
anymore, but she can leave.
She'll scramble up and shoot a piercing, just the most piercing gaze at you. It's like when a fifth grader looks at you very angrily. Sphinx figured it out.
I thought you meant dread gaze for a second.
But no, yeah, it's like when you make a fifth grader really mad, but you're a full ass adult and you're just like, oh, not the death stare, please. But yeah. And then Lee follows her sisters out in sort of a huff, discussing what they should do next.
Do you think we still need to smash the place up, or do you think we accomplished the goal?
I've just got one or two things to do for good measure. And I would like to just strategically cause a gas leak in here.
Okay.
follow the pipes to where ventilation is, make it like unsafe for mortals to be in here. Like they couldn't open back up for long without things going bad.
Gotcha.
And I also want to smash all of their top shelf liquor, not the shitty stuff, just the expensive ones.
Gotcha.
I want to break the
so
sign.
And I will take the bullet whiskey for myself because I have the eat food
Fantastic.
merit.
All right, so y'all do some destruction. Bo, you, when opening this hole in the gas main, you have to go into one of the bathrooms to access the proper pipe that you're looking for. And as you do, you sort of crouch down to the ground, take your fingers and start carving up linoleum tiles before scooping dirt and smashing concrete out of the way. And as you're doing this, you see a 4x6 manila envelope taped underneath the sink.
I will sigh exasperatedly and take it, already knowing what is probably on it.
You look inside it and you see two blue moon and star cufflinks.
I think he maybe talks to himself a little. You're like, maybe I ought to put them on. I don't look bad, but that's probably a bad idea.
You.
If I was in a movie, I think that might kill me. So, any notes or anything? Like he'll like investigate the area with like the phone flashlight further, see if there's anything else in there.
You see a lot of splatters against various walls, and you decide maybe I don't want to use a black light in a strip club bathroom.
Oh, it was just a flashlight, just a normal flashlight.
Even still,
but yeah,
I don't want to see too well in here. But yeah, there's nothing else to your knowledge.
All right.
So
I will carry it out kind of like this way, the manila folder.
There you go.
Look what the invisible magic cat dragged in.
Great. Well, we should have seen that coming.
Bet you there are more at the baseball field.
Probably.
Yeah. You want anything before we go? He gestures to what is left of the bar.
No. I just want to wreck the sign outside first.
Hey, you can do that. Can you drink? He pops the top of the bottle. Can you drink?
No,
or
I
no?
can't.
That sucks. You should figure that out.
I mean, if I want to get drunk, there are other ways. Anyway, I'm gonna need a boost.
Getting drunk. It's about the. Yeah. All right. I'll give you. I only know this because of Max, but I'll give you one of these. You know,
Yeah. Then we'll smash the sign up and then head over to the baseball field.
Oh, I'm gonna take a picture of the smash sign and text it back to Kirla.
Hold on a second.
The more information you get on your first playthrough, the less playthroughs you have to do to.
You know what? I'm just gonna DM Max this. That'll be my
Okay.
solution.
You should do it as a selfie,
There you go.
Bo. Here, I'll take it. It'll be very flattering.
No. If you go to grab his phone, he's going to grab viciously grab it back.
I'm gonna get her number and I'm gonna send her pictures of you.
Oh, I can send her a. I can. All right, you know how to do this. The next 10 minutes is them trying to take
and like aesthetically pleasing like picture.
It wouldn't take 10 minutes.
Bo.
Eden is a pro. You only need one.
No, it's not. It's not about Eden that like can't do it. It's about Bo like not being able to pose.
God
I
bless.
love him so much.
Amazing.
Yeah, once we get it, I also form the perfect like flirty text. And then realize that she's gonna know it's not Bo and erase it.
if you go into their text thread, then
No,
you would
he would not allow that to happen on
well,
purpose.
if she's taking the picture, then the phone is in her hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, send me the text too.
It depends on how nosy Eden is.
Oh, Eden's very nosy.
Oh yes. Hold on, let me do that. That was the reply to the first picture.
See, I told you she likes you.
Give me that. Christ on
All
a
right.
cracker. Can't have no fucking privacy around me.
You know, that's a call you have to raise.
Ain't that what we're...
You know poker.
Yes, I know poker. I don't know metaphors.
You're blushing again.
Can we just go
Yes.
baseball?
Fine.
Fuck.
All right. So you all make your way to the baseball stadium, meeting up with Aquinas and Lazarus. For posterity's sake, since we're approaching the end of our session and I've got something very specific I want to get to, we will say that you blah your information at each other, so you're both caught up on what happened in the various places. If you have any questions, you can, of course, still ask them, but no need to go through and tell the events. You do that part.
I think they
If
would
not,
notice
what-
that the shadow's still hanging out. Eden's in a mood.
What would we like to do with the new cufflinks?
I don't know. I kind of thought that maybe I should put them on for a second, but then I thought about how that's a horrible idea. And then I also thought that if they've been everywhere we've been tonight and these people are like anticipating our moves, then they must know that we were going to come here. So there's probably a pair somewhere in this stadium, right? Or is that am I gaming the game too hard?
No, with the situation that we've run into with everything that I'm hypothesizing, I think it wouldn't be out of the ordinary.
I think Aquinas should put them on.
Should put these and anything we find here with the cufflinks in the field.
But yeah, that's as good a solution as any.
Or put them somewhere new. Put them somewhere they won't expect.
If you were going to hide... Okay, so you found yours somewhere where you were looking for something. I found mine somewhere where I was looking for something. We're looking for something. So what are we looking for here? The security cameras? So if I was following that theme, my stupid little manila envelope would be up in the security box.
Let's check.
That would make sense.
If it's locked, I'll bust it. I don't give a shit.
So as you walk into this baseball stadium after hours, you do see a pair of security guards who clock you. Specifically, they clock Eden and Lazarus, and they just open the gates for you. It seems like the prince's right hand probably told them you were on your way at some point tonight. And they allow you in, and you head straight up to the security room.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, if anyone else doesn't have anything, that was his idea.
Who's trying the door? Looks like it's cowboy time.
Yeah.
All right, Bo, you go to grab the door handle. And as you wrap your hand around it and turn it, the door opens.
For some reason, I
And
really
you're-
thought that you were going to burn my hand. I don't know why.
I thought
What do you
it was gonna be
mean?
an explosion.
It's not like I brought specific attention to a door just to say all it did was open.
This is like
Um,
in Ribbon where you had to close it behind you to see the clue. I say calling back to a game that's 25
Exactly.
years old.
So as you step in, you see a bunch of security cameras, sort of the wall that you see in movies, and
Yeah.
some keyboards in front of them. And in betwixt the keyboards, wouldn't you know it, there's a manila envelope.
Is there a camera that that records the inside of this room?
No, there is not.
Okay. I was just going to pretend to be overly surprised at it, like in a sitcom. I think I trust you with these. And he will just hand it directly to Aquinas.
Aquinas will take it happily.
And now,
Very
because I'm
good.
paranoid, I will also look on the back side of the door.
You look on the back side of the door, and from what you can tell, it hasn't been cleaned or oiled in a while. It's probably like a fire hazard.
I want
Yeah,
to
my
make a,
diagnosis is yes.
I want to make a copy or do some sort of hacking to copy
Mhm.
the security tapes, or maybe even like put a tap in on
Sure.
this tapes at the
How
stadium.
many dots in technology do you have?
One.
Okay. I would say then go ahead and roll for me intelligence plus technology. You can use wits if you would prefer.
Oh no, intelligence I like.
I mean, if they have internet in here and there's a computer that the cameras are connected to, you could just like click and drag them into a drive.
It's true.
I got 2 successes, so
Okay. With 2 successes, you have like flash drives and cloud storage that you can use to store this type of stuff. It's very easy enough to make a new folder, update the date, and scan copies to there. You also install a little live feed link just in case you want it.
if they knew what they
I
were
wanna-
looking for, they could find it easily, but at least it's something.
Wait. Okay, wait. I found it in a bathroom, and this room's dirty as shit, and then you were like scraping shit off the wall. Is it all meant to be dirty?
No, because the first ones we found were in my office. which,
Yes,
if
because
you
your
ever called
office
it-
is clean of all mortal sin.
My laboratory is not. My office is.
All right, I'm gonna
So how many
Poke
sets do we have
around.
now?
Well, we only have
Oh, this would be the
one.
This would be the 4th. Okay.
No, we
only
have two.
one-
We have 2.
You have
Two
2
sets at this
on
time?
you,
Okay.
and this is the 4th set that you have found.
We should bury them with the rest. Maybe if we put them together, unbury the others and set them together, see what happens if there's some kind of convergence.
Didn't they feed 2 sets to people?
Were we told
Uh,
that?
No.
Did you guys do that? No, you decided not to do it.
We
Aquinas
wouldn't
did
know.
that, but did not tell anybody.
Correct. No
Oh,
one
okay.
knows that is what
Okay,
happened to
okay, I
those
see,
2
I see.
sets.
Lazarus
Um,
thoroughly believes that they are buried in a field and
Yep.
trusts Aquinas.
Has Kira gotten back to me with that information yet about that I am now owed?
No. You can
That
call her if
wasn't
you
the
want to.
information she wanted to give
No,
you.
no. Can't call. Can't call too soon. Yeah, I frankly I don't know what to do with these, and she hasn't answered me, and I don't want to say take one for the team. This isn't going to be painful for me,
but hold on. I will text you now, D.
Well,
While this is happening, what is Lazarus and Eden? What are you up to?
I would want to go over and check in on Eden and just say, who made you angry?
Some asshole at the club. She started saying some rude shit about Bo.
Bo can handle himself.
Yeah, but look at him.
Oh God.
He's very carefully crafting a text.
He's
He
like,
likes her.
yeah, and he's like a golden retriever.
The big fluffy one.
Except, like, strong, but yes.
Have any of you felt the need to drink today?
As
Yes.
soon as Aquinas says that, contrary to that point, Lazarus, you haven't really thought about it or paid attention to it. But generally, there is an urge when you first wake or when you use certain skills. We call these rouse checks. They check to see if you get hungrier as time progresses and as you do things. And now that you think about it, no. You have the small amount of hunger you always have. Lazarus, you did get a bestial failure earlier, so your hunger is increased. But generally, there is, I will ask you for a rouse check when you wake up to see if you get any hungrier. But for some reason, that didn't happen.
Wait. No.
This tells me that the Magi are not involved. The Magi's abilities hinge upon things being unseen or misunderstood, disguised as natural events. Our lack of hunger is unnatural.
Right.
So this
there's
is
some-
someone from Clentremere then?
I don't believe so. This is something different. We're on the cutting edge here.
You sound excited.
Of course.
Ugh.
Well, if werewolf has gone missing and this has started to happen at the same time, I would be inclined to believe that those two things are connected, and perhaps whatever entity has I ain't got a fancy way to say this, that made this happen the way that it is now, used the child to make it happen.
Ugh. Gross.
I agree it's gross, but it is a theory no less.
It is at this point, Lazarus, you have a program set up to scrub through the security footage of the last 24 hours, and you finally stop it on the site of what looks like a child walking into the baseball stadium. He walks through, he is by himself, and he goes through a security storage closet that leads to a group of nomadic underground sewer dwellers that are called the Fallen.
Fallen. He's meeting with them. Why?
Boy?
This child.
Sorry, did you say are the fallen supernatural or they're just sewer dwellers?
It depends. The fallen live underground for a number of reasons, one of which being that they do a number of things that would break the masquerade if done in broad daylight. This includes cavorting with normal humans. Last you heard, there were even some magi that were a part of the fallen.
Okay. So,
It's time to go on a field expedition, wouldn't you say?
Despite my appearance, I'm not much for below ground. But yes, it appears so.
Does anyone need to get ready, or are they content to go now?
Eden, you know that it's pretty sludge ridden down that way.
I could go now.
Say again.
Oh, she says I could go now.
what time is it?
It is currently 10:25 p.m.
Night's young.
We've got time.
Is there anything else we need to do above ground? I mean, we could conduct this business during the day even.
I can think of something I can do.
That would be dangerous in the long term.
I suppose.
The only thing we have to do, the rest, is dispose
Welcome
of those
in, Raiders.
cufflinks.
Will the people down there be awake if we go down now?
They should be.
Or they will be once we get there.
All right, then I don't have a problem, but we should bury the cufflinks first.
Did we want to try putting them together and see if there's some sort of convergence?
Like the pairs that we have here. I don't see why not.
No, the other four, or the other two that we have.
There could be the possibility that it could cause some sort of disturbance that I don't know if we should chance.
We need to be able to have it in some controlled environment to measure it. Later. We'll come back to it.
I mean, I think we might need a little disturbance. Clearly, somebody knows where we're going.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
we'd
know
have to
how-
go all the way home and then back here. We're already here. We may as well take care of this.
Then let's
All
go.
right, let's. What are we doing with the two we have now? We're just hanging on to them, or are we gonna?
Let's hang on to them for now. We'd rather have a control location that we put them in.
All right. Who knows the way down then?
I do.
Of course.
All right. You all make your way down. It is indeed very bleak, sparse light from what you can tell, but that is not a problem for creatures of the night such as yourself. And eventually you open up on this wider area that is covered with blankets and sleeping bags, and there's even one tent, and you see various people milling about, one of whom is dressed in this sort of ratty, mostly destroyed baby doll, like a lingerie piece as a top, and the bottoms are lederhosen pants and like unclipped suspenders. And he's got like wild hair. He's just like, and that is why I should be president of the United States of America. Who the fuck are you?
My name is Aquinas.
Hello?
We're looking for a child.
That child?
Is it the right one?
Matches the description.
Did you come by this child today?
Ah. No, it was just before midnight, I think.
Perfect. Yes, that's the child.
Okay. Well, kid's been down here for a couple hours, so I guess go check on him. Y'all want cops, right?
No.
Dude. No, gross.
All right, cool.
Eden's gonna approach the kid.
Sure.
And she'll try to get rid of the shadow.
All right. The kid turned around and goes, "You're pretty."
Yes. You are a guru.
Yeah.
Perfect. You need to come with us.
Why?
Because people are looking for you.
Are you the people looking for me?
One of them.
Are they other people that's looking for me?
The group with me?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Do you know why there are people looking for me?
Because unfortunately we have to do what our prince tells us to.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
Prince.
this is not how you talk to a kid, Eden.
I
Well.
led Vacation Bible School. I am perfectly capable of teaching and talking to children. Bo.
That's
That's
True.
Why does Bo keep questioning my abilities today?
Because somebody's got to question you.
Hey,
Kid,
Fuck
what's
off.
your name?
My name is and as he goes to speak, he stops. And the
You can
people
give us-
around you
Oh.
that are shuffling have stopped. And the fire that was crackling has frozen in place. And you see walking from around a corner, removing a face mask, dressed in a very nice tuxedo with a black bow tie. Well, I finally managed to catch up to you all. How are you doing, QC? Making progress?
Do we recognize this individual?
Not in the slightest. His voice is a touch familiar, however.
The voicemail?
Called us.
Is this
A
that
decent
introduction we
amount.
were waiting on?
A decent amount of success, yes.
So first cycle through.
What
Great.
are you?
That is a difficult question to answer, Lazarus. As you should know from the note by business card that I left with the not yet doctor, my name is Artreus Castaway. I am a time educator. I work with the Cosmic Office. Here to fix a couple of problems.
I'm assuming you've chosen us as your tools to get this job completed.
Yes, you are the only ones who fit the bill properly. Funnily enough, I've taken to calling you QC. You're my quarantined coterie. I've sort of just plucked y'all out of the abyss. Lazarus, Bo shows you his phone.
It's like locked, and the time it's 5 a.m. and I asked what I asked what time it was right before we went down here, and it was 10:20 something
10:15 p.m.
or 10:15.
Why
It is
it-
now 5:13 a.m.
I didn't change it. I didn't change it. Fucking Kira's mad at me now. We've been down here for 10 minutes. Wait, how is
Oh,
she still texting me?
sorry.
There's no time.
That's a bit of distort. You received that text message before time stop.
Man.
Sorry,
your girlfriend
that one.
pissed.
That's a bit of me. I had to throw a distortion in here. I didn't know that you all would get here so fast, and I was in New York, so I had to catch up. My apologies. I'm sure you're all fairly confused, so allow me to start from the beginning, I suppose. Lyman Baxter is not supposed to exist anymore. And he is certainly not supposed to be the Prince of Detroit in 2019. In fact, he's at best the prince of a small quadrant of Miami. But he's figured something out. Before the world that we all recognize existed, there was another one, a lot like it, with kindred and the like. But that world was destroyed, sundered by someone called the Great Dreamer. It's a whole thing. Lyman has somehow managed to recover or retain his memories of that time. And he's trying to use it to ascend himself to godhood, like the kindred before you once did when they created this world. So, this is your official notice of emergency conscription. I am going to temporarily need you all to work with the Cosmic Office in order to make sure that a false god doesn't start mucking things up.
What are the cufflinks for?
The cufflinks. Yes, you should definitely wear them. They're anchors. They're so I can track you. Know where you're going.
You
So
want
I don't have
us to
to
let you track us.
So I don't have to distort and stop time to like, tell you, hey, stop, don't do that.
Do all of us have to wear them?
I mean, I guess not, but I mean, they're pretty cool cufflinks. Like, and you see he's wearing a pair. I mean, come on. I think the design's cool. It's like Sailor Moon-ish, somewhere around there.
Do I look like a fucking magical girl?
I will wear a pair. And Bo, are you comfortable wearing the other pair?
Yeah, I'll wear a pair. I match my shirt anyway.
Awesome. Fantastic. So I've been cleared to allot y'all a certain amount of time to get these things done during, but I'm sure you would like to know what's in it for you. And you will be happy to know that you're going to wake up at the beginning of September 9th with everything you know now. But time will be reset, and, well, you won't have to ask anyone for the information that they've given you. So if you make any promises, anything like that, you get to keep the information and have none of the requirements.
How many
Will
resets
you
do
wake
we
up?
have?
Answer him.
I'd say 3.
3 days.
Well, it's a little bit more than a day in waking time. 13 hours, to be specific.
13 hours.
hours.
3 more times.
And then the world will reset. Yes, that's the best I can do without my clearance. Technically, I could do up to a week, but then I'd have to file the paperwork, get my bosses involved, and it'll become a whole meatball of
So the goal
nonsense.
is for Lyman to be dead.
That's a solution. so long as his plan can't continue, I would imagine that if Lyman were alive, but you knew all of his secrets, that'd be a bit more helpful for you all on the other side of this.
I mean, I was interested if he was going to be dead, but whatever.
I can't stand that dude.
Let's have his
You can
secrets
kill him if you want to.
first.
He has
Uh,
been quite an annoyance. So if he were to die, I wouldn't be too remiss.
No, this is the first interesting thing that's happened to me around here ever. So I'm in. If I get to do today again, I'll do today again. But will you wake up in New York again tomorrow?
I didn't wake up in New York. I woke up in technically a limbolic state that exists outside of the material plane.
All right, that's way more than I was looking for. Never mind.
Hey, that's why I try not to lead with it, trying to science the time stuff.
Few follow-up questions. Reward.
Yes.
You mentioned rewards.
Yes. Any information that you garner during your time here, that is yours to weaponize. You could trade your life's savings for a particular secret and then just wake up in the morning and you've got the secret and still your life savings.
Bo, you've seen that text message, but she won't have sent it.
You know that I was supposed to go after we came down here, and then he took all the time away.
Well, now you get a second chance.
No. Actually, let's backtrack for a second, because you cut us short, because it was only 10:15.
Yes, I had to fix something. I could put it back to 10:15 if that's easiest for you all. The problem has been quarantined.
Whose
What
problem?
Just had
is
to-
that?
Well, it was where I was going to have you start, actually, if I could recommend somewhere. I don't know exactly how much is happening because anytime there is a distortion like this, our seers can't see past the date. So I don't have all the information, which is
The hat
Annoying.
lady.
The hat lady.
Ophelia Justine does have some temporal sight, but I assure you the diviners of the cosmic office are far above the pay grade of a vampire. Kindred. But when you do go through your next loop, what I've learned is that Nick and Charlotte, those two are important. Lyman told you that they were members of the Camarilla. He's always treated them like members of the Camarilla. That's a lie. They're two anarch vampires sent to spy on the Camarilla that Lyman has been covering for. I don't know what he was using them for, but as soon as he was done with them, he turned them into their anarch higher-ups, and they were executed. And as soon as they did, the little readout, and he produces this little app on his smartphone, little readout. See these spikes here? Those are temporal distortions. That's a huge one. So definitely gotta keep them alive. Maybe go see what's going on there. Any other questions?
Is the only tool you're giving us time?
No, I've given you cufflinks. Those are going to
How is
help.
it helping us?
It's hard. You're a very well-learned man. How much do you know about magic? Magecraft, sorcery.
A decent amount.
Wonderful. These cufflinks work as foci. They're magical. They used to be called arcane focuses. Back in the age.
we got that. If you were watching, you would have realized.
I wasn't. I was in New York. I said that a couple of times, but I was explaining more before you cut me off. they're arcane focuses. And back in the age of swords and sorcery, when people could throw fireballs and ride dragons and all that fantastical stuff, they needed these to cast magic. So they've all got a little bit of cosmic energy within them, and they will allow you to, at your discretion, stop time once per cuff.
How much time?
Once per cufflink or once per pair?
Once per cufflink. It's a small amount of time. It's just a fragment. It's 5 minutes. But if you need to ransack a room, if someone's charging towards you, Kronos is going to be mad, but I'll deal with him.
Kronos got a time.
Kronos as the Titan.
He's not a. He's kind of an asshole. But yes, the Greek mythos, Roman mythology, all that such.
Knew it was real.
Anyone with that much power is an asshole, for the record.
That is correct. And that is why I'm trying not to involve the assholes and just keep this between us, just me and my QC, saving Detroit and the multiverse.
Very well.
Oh, also, as far as Ophelia goes, she may or may not be a problem. She seems to have some cosmic understanding of some type. She, like a lot of Malkavians, she sees things that other people shouldn't be able to, and that makes it a little bit difficult to do my job. So I'd recommend not using any of your mystery mouse tools in front of her. She might, I don't know, see somehow or something.
Is the kid actually involved in any of this, or is he just a way to get us here?
The kid is a part of Lyman's plan that I'd like you to thwart as soon as possible. That's one way that you could maybe find the kid and just return him to his parents instead of taking him to Lyman. However you want to do it.
I would
You can
much
leave him out of
prefer
it if you
that
want to.
over taking him to Lyman.
I would like-
go to Lyman.
I would like to get him back to his folks.
Why not just kill him?
Absolutely not.
Because he ain't wrong for being born the way he is. That's not his choice.
If he's a linchpin in the plan to destroy the multiverse.
Yeah, but only if Lyman gets him.
But there's nothing stopping Lyman for going after these guru. I mean, these werewolf parents.
Do you think he lied about the... Actually, I guess that's a question for later.
We're not killing children.
Yeah, we ain't killing kids.
I'm with them.
And you see that Artreus rolls the sleeve of his suit up. And like a complete dork, he's wearing like 12 watches. And he goes, "Oh, all right. Well, we're running a little low on this little fragment here. Just wanted to get everybody on the same page. If you end up dying, try and do it as close to 7:15 as possible. Because if you're not completely dead by the time time reverses, you'll be fine."
Right.
Already, I'm not going to question it.
Well, I mean, like, final stake, turn to ash.
Thanks.
I've managed so far.
There you go. See, I knew I could trust y'all. Look at my QC. Out in the world.
Are we like a business venture for you? Like, do you do a report on us on the end of this and then they evaluate you for a raise?
Yes, exactly all of those things. So please make me look good.
No using our real names.
Oh, okay.
Laz, you realize we're famous.
Well, no, that's fine. I mean, I can use I usually use shards in the overall customer detail. And he pulls out this he opens a camera app on his phone and waves it over Eden first. Okay, we got a rival, and then a void, and the crimson, and the mage. Awesome.
Excuse
So
me.
yeah.
You're the one who's a mage.
No.
Oh, I am not a mage. Technically.
Changeling? I don't trust you. Or I guess
That's fair. Not trusting me is probably smart.
Then why should we do this mission at all?
Well, we get to kill Lyman.
I'll restart time until you do it anyway.
I thought you said that you could only do it for like a week tops, and that's if you pissed off Kronos.
Yeah. If you're gonna live the same day over 7 times, that I mean, sure, I guess.
That's not
When-
necessarily a threat to me.
Do nothing. That's
When
fine.
this little stoppo ends, is it now or is it help. Somebody help. Is
Time stuff gets
it gonna
tricky.
be the morning again when we go back, or is that kid gonna finish his sentence?
Well, I can
Oh.
do it however y'all would like to. I heard there was some shenanigans going on. I can reset it back to 10:15 if you'd like. Just know that you're basically gathering information at that point, because there's not gonna be we need Nick and Charlotte. That was apparently a really bad one.
All right. Well, we got to get this kid back to his parents. It'll be faster if we know what his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides, Bo has a date.
Bo has a hookup for some information. Don't let me get my hopes up.
That sounds like a date. Sounds like a date to me.
It's definitely a date. I saw the text
Basically a
message.
Nosferatu marriage.
Oh no, when I was, things were different. I'm
Yeah.
older than y'all.
You'll be fine. Can we sing at the wedding?
Oh yeah.
Just waiting for you to blush, Bo. You're
In
fine.
front of the time guy.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Let's get this kid back to his parents. Let's go.
Arcturus. I'm gonna call him Art.
I like Artie.
Ambi Artie.
Yeah,
Cool with that?
I don't care if he's
Sure.
cool, but he's Artie now. All right,
I
let's
thought
go.
I'd
Works.
ask.
You gave us names.
Yes.
What is that?
So think of a shard as like your soul's barcode. Very often, souls are recycled rather than new ones being created. It happens, but souls tend to appear again and again thanks to a cosmic check and balance system that we call the pattern. It's sort of like destiny is the closest thing that mortals really have to it. But no matter what body your soul ends up in, if it's been somewhere else, your shard is a way that we can, like track you, basically. Not us specifically, but it is like that was a thing before the cosmic office existed. It's kind of like the concept of morphogenetic fields, a little bit.
Archetypes.
Yeah.
And I'm the rival.
It's almost like, okay, here's a perfect example.
You guys made tvtropes.org out of our lives?
Kinda. Have any of you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Anybody?
No, our parents would never have allowed that.
Satan.
Oh yeah, Satanic Panic. Man, that shit was wild how wrong people took that. Weird time to be in.
Yeah, that one was pretty.
Yeah.
But imagine, even if you play a different character in a different game of Dungeons and Dragons, it's still you. You know what I mean?
Therefore, you're
It's kinda
putting
like
yourself into it as your own personal sacrifice, straight to hell.
That is a little bit of a jump, but I like that you're following along.
I have no more questions. Do any of you?
Sounds like I can get the hell out of here.
Back to 10:15, please.
10:15 sounds good to me. And you see this large dark blue display appears over his wrist, and he winds a clock backwards to 10:15 p.m. And Bo, you blink a couple of times, and suddenly your hand is on the storage door that leads downstairs.
I'm gonna text her back first this time.
Okay.
If we're about to repeat all this, I say we go all out the first time. Right? We fuck up, it doesn't matter. We start over. We might as well do all the fuck ups, find out what the right answers are. That way we have the big questions that we can ask, like we don't have to ask them again.
Unless you have to time your death.
Not that. I'm not doing that. I'm not risking that. But to each their own. Let's talk to the kid. I guess I have to deliver on a dick appointment. Oh well. I'll survive.
Yeah, you will.
Kid, let's go.
All right. I'll be nicer this time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's tell him that like his folks are looking for him and not like the Prince of Vampires. I feel like that maybe wasn't the best place to start.
Probably. I'm
Especially
rusty
'cause-
with talking to children. Eden's going to turn awe back on.
All right. You activate awe as you press around this place, and you see that same man in the lederhosen and the unstrapped suspenders.
I just turn heel and go straight to the boy.
Oh, okay. I don't know that lady, but she was pretty. And
Yes,
they
she
turn
is, and she
around,
knows.
And the kid goes, "Ah, you're pretty."
Yes. What's your name?
Yeah. The weirdest feeling of deja vu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Artreus.
Can I call you Artie?
And that is where we're going to end this episode. Wunderbar. Fantastic. So yes, if you're coming in from a raid or you just opened this stream, it's not gonna get more simple from here. It's just gonna get more complex. This game, more than any other that I've run on the internet so far, is a look at what my brain looks like when I think up these things that I come up with.
I love the way your brain looks.
I have so many note documents of who is where and what is happening at what times. And so with that, hopefully everybody enjoyed the premiere episode of 13 Hours. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for the raids. We're going to do a round of outros this time in reverse order, starting with Lucky Bo, aka Max. How are you?
I have words for you. But when we finish, I am Max. You can find me anywhere that I want you to find me on the internet at Arcane Goth, including on Twitter, where I've been talking nonstop for the last week and a half about I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, which is a game, which is a time loop. You can find me in other things soon. I'm working with Take Your Role, who is Joel/Shadow Ace's new channel, so maybe look out for me there. And I have no idea what convention I'm going to. I usually plug those, but I don't know where I'm going right now. So that's it.
Fantastic. And next up, we have the ever effervescent Aquinas. Cam, how are you?
Good evening, everyone. I'm doing well. My name is Cameron, or at worldsmith_Cam on Twitter, which is where you can find me. I'm a writer, activist, TTRPG game designer, and performer. You can find me there where I talk about politics, writing, passions, and all that good shit. So that's where you can find me. This is my big project right now, so come back for the next episode. Thank you.
Fantastic. And then jumping across the screen into the ever lovely, hella good makeup and special effects done, Lazarus, aka Christina. How are you?
Hey, I'm all right. So excited to be able to do some special effects. I love this stuff. Hi, I'm Christina. I like scary shit and I love it. I love it so much. You can find me over on Twitter at D20xtina. You can check out some of my writing and some upcoming projects. Go check out the Rumor Broker's Ledger of Names for nothing creepy, actually. Some very sweet, cool NPCs. And then go check out Emerald Templars. That's gonna be, I'm doing some writing for them now too. So that's really exciting. And then this is my big stream project as well. So yeah, come back next week and let's see if I can do this again. This again. All right, I'm out.
Fantastic. And next up, we have the lovely me. Hi, I'm D. I do the voices and the nonsense and such. I'm a voice actor, streamer, musician, professional GM across the internets, and I cause trouble as soon as you turn your head away. I'm right behind you. Don't check your closet, kids. You should follow me on Twitter at It's the Riddler and see all of the problems I cause and all of the thirst traps that I retweet. And yeah, basically, I come up with weird stuff and make my friends play through it. It's going to be great. If anyone's curious, I currently have 69 note sheets for this game.
Nice.
About
Good
various
number.
locations at various times. So lots of 13s. That's me. I am still the reigning and retaining TTRPG world champion. There are going to be some fools at WrestleTopia who try and take my belt off of my shoulder, but they'll all fail. And with that having been said, let's move on to the enchanting Eden Shepherd, played by Nikki.
Hello, I'm Nikki. I'm the producer here at TEA TRPG. I'm also an educator and a talk show host. So catch us here on the last Sunday of the month at 2 p.m. Pacific to see who we're interviewing, who I can't remember off the top of my head right now. It's Jen Vaughn, and I don't remember who else. Anyway, we're going to talk about cool shit, so tune in for that. If you would like a smooch, you can eat a tulip, or you can buy me something off of Throne. Yeah, that's a thing that exists now in the world. So this is really our only stream we have right now, so tune in. Well, no, wait. We have Avatar tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and then we have this show, and that's it. So we'll see you on the internet.
Awesome. Sure you check your clocks. Is that the outro? Who knows?